Within a contemplative medieval manor in northern England, a team of restorers is diligently engaged in the intricate task of revitalizing the neglected structure. As layers of plaster are delicately peeled away, a remarkable revelation awaits them. Upon closer inspection of the intricate markings hidden beneath, they recognize it as a discovery of a lifetime. Deep within the old manor house, specifically in a Tudor chamber, these experts unveil an array of peculiar markings. Caverley Old Hall, situated in the Yorkshire village of Caverley, has long been associated with ghostly tales and tragic narratives. When the Landmark Trust decided to restore this historically rich building, they unearthed an additional mystery concealed behind its ancient walls. In an unassuming chamber on the top story of the manor, the restoration team stumbles upon a secret dating back to Tudor times. Intricate markings ingrained on the timbers reveal a story unlike any found before. This discovery prompts questions about the people who once inhabited this dwelling and the dark deeds that may have transpired, leaving echoes for centuries. The origin of Caverley Old Hall is traced back to the 12th century when the Scott family, later known as the Cavales, established residence in Caverley. Over the centuries, the family status grew, and the manor underwent expansions, evolving from a simple stone dwelling into a grand estate. However, towards the beginning of the 17th century, a sinister turn marked a challenging period for the manor and its inhabitants. By the 18th century, the Cavales left their ancestral home, severing their connection with Caverley Old Hall. Under new ownership, the hall was divided into several properties, its halls transformed into cottages and shops. The once grand estate underwent modern developments, erasing the grounds and outbuildings that surrounded it. In 1981, Caverley Old Hall found new custodians in the Landmark Trust, a conservation charity dedicated to preserving historic buildings. The trust converted part of the building into vacation homes, retaining its medieval features alongside 20th century modifications. With the expiration of life tenancies in 2017, plans for a comprehensive restoration and redesign were set in motion. An international contest led to the selection of a design by Cullinan Studio, based in Cambridge, England. The project aims to fuse the conservation of medieval elements with contemporary design, showcasing the manor's original features while introducing modern comforts. Original plans include the restoration of the Great Hall and adapting the solar wing into a living space with beamed ceilings and a restored hearth. The discovery of the Tudor secret occurred not in the grandeur of the Great Hall, but in a more modest room during the restoration process. As snippets of the manor's story emerge, artifacts like a tablet bearing the name William Waterhouse and 19th century clogs were found in the garden and hidden in the eaves, hinting at the fascinating history waiting to be unveiled at Caverley Old Hall. To err on the side of caution, the discoveries were carefully returned to their original location. However, these findings were overshadowed by an even more remarkable revelation concealed within the parlor block, believed to have been constructed in the 16th century. This section of Caverley Old Hall, lacking the grand features of other areas, might have gone unnoticed if not for routine repairs. During an examination of the timber frame in one of the upper rooms of the parlor block, workers noticed unusual markings on the exposed beams. Despite various modifications over the years, including plaster work in the 1900s, a modern fireplace in the 1930s, and peach-colored paint in the 1970s, these markings stood out. Experts were unable to identify them at first, prompting the Landmark Trust to call in a conservation team. Upon removing sections of plaster in the upper room, a stunning wall painting was revealed. Described by Dr. Anaki, the Landmark Trust's director, as the discovery of a lifetime, the team saw only snippets of the artwork initially. However, within days, the full scale of the remarkable discovery became apparent. 2 days were allocated to the conservation team to remove the later plaster entirely and unveil the hidden masterpiece. The complete Tudor chamber, stripped with black, red, white, and intricate depictions of mythical creatures, twining vines, and classical columns, emerged floor to ceiling on all 3 walls. According to Carolyn Stanford, a representative of the Landmark Trust, while wall paintings were relatively common in affluent homes during the Tudor period, the scale of the Caverly Old Hall fresco is exceptionally rare. She expressed astonishment, stating that in her 27 years of working in historic buildings, she had never witnessed a discovery of this magnitude. An entire painted chamber, a time machine to the age of the Reformation and the Virgin Queen. The historical significance of this find is unparalleled, providing a unique glimpse into a bygone era. Remaining vigilant for the possibility of painted decoration is standard, but the revelation of an entire Elizabethan painted chamber in such remarkably preserved condition is truly astonishing. According to Carolyn Stanford, she expressed genuine excitement, emphasizing the uniqueness of the find. The experts were not only struck by the scale of the artwork, but also by its style, identified as grotesque, which sets it apart from the majority of other Tudor relics. The grotesque style, named after the Italian word for in the grotto, originated in Rome during the 15th century when a young man stumbled upon the remains of Emperor Nero's grand mansion, the Domus Aurea. Adorned with jewels and marble in its prime, the palace's Roman frescoes captivated Renaissance artists like Michelangelo and Raphael, influencing artistic motifs that eventually spread worldwide. The journey of these designs to Caverly Old Hall in Yorkshire, possibly dating back to 1514, remains a mystery, though Roman-inspired artworks were popular in Britain during Henry VI's reign. Regarding the creation of the painted chamber, William Caverly, the heir responsible for expanding the hall, is considered the most likely patron. The meticulous design, intricately woven into the timber frames, features birds, human figures, and a candelabra formation. A frieze of pomegranates may symbolize Catherine of Aragon, Henry VI's first wife. Tragic associations with the hall include the ghostly presence of Walter Caverly, who allegedly, in a moment of despair, took the lives of his two sons during the 1600s. Despite the haunted history, the Landmark Trust team is focused on future preservation efforts. They aim to raise $125,000 to safeguard and restore the artworks, ensuring their legacy for generations to come. The significance of this discovery offers a unique glimpse into Tudor history and adds a layer of cultural richness to Caverly Old Hall. Thanks for watching. Never forget to like, comment, and share the video, and remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.